What's up, everybody? This is CDUBBS. I'm Matt.
I'm CDUBBS.
And I'm Jordan.
And we laughing because I was holding my breath. But CDUBBS, before we get into the anime that we're going to talk about today, what do we need to do?
You can follow us by liking and subscribing at winghands.com and Instagram, Facebook.
And remember, y'all, it's free. And we are doing what is titled The Misfit of Demon Academy.
Okay, so CDUBBS, can you tell us what is Misfit Academy about?
All right, The Misfit of Demon Academy is an anime based off a light novel series written by Sho and illustrated by Yoshinori Shizuma. It was published as a web novel in 2017 and then got physical publication in 2018. The anime began airing in 2020. The anime follows the reincarnation of the Demon King, Anos Voldigoad, who reincarnates 2,000 years after sacrificing himself to bring an end to the conflict between demons, spirits, and humans. And then he goes to attend the Demon King Academy, where those of different bloodlines compete to come to learn how to become demon lords.
Yeah, and so in the midst of his reincarnation, he is reincarnated into what is consistently considered a common family. However, though, in this world, hybrids are heavily discriminated against from the purebloods because, according to the history that was given to us, it was actually not Anos Voldigoad, but he was called Avos del Heldia. So when Anos was reincarnated into this new peaceful era, let's figure out, okay, number one, why don't people recognize me? And two, who is this imposter that's saying he's a demon king, but I'm right here?
We find out that someone might have actually altered time or altered the timeline, which, because we understand that this is one of the powers of the Demon King as well, that he actually can alter time. So this is why this is happening. But I want to say one of the things that I love about this anime so far is that we don't have to guess who the Demon King is. And immediately from the first episode to the episode that we're currently watching, there's action-packed everything. Like, he doesn't shy away from showing that I am a beast.
Yeah, and so what could start the first episode is we're introduced to essentially the first friend that he makes called Misha Necrom. And he meets this pompous brother of the Indu family. Originally, at the first interaction, he basically just brushes him off because Anos views him as, as weak. And when it comes down for their examination, he comes in wearing all this high grade, armor. And then he says, "Oh, I even have my family sword with me. There's no way you can beat me."
Ready to take on the raid boss.
Yeah, and then, but then it turns out that Anos said that, "Oh yeah, that sword that your family has, oh yeah, that's a fake."
I thought it was very interesting. I can't remember where I've seen it before, but I have seen the whole killing somebody and then just bringing them back over and over again before. The only example I can think of that was an abridged series of Bleach where Grimjow just basically has the Run Narankar who replaced him brought back by Orihime repeatedly just so he could kill him over and over again.
They proceed to form this contract, which in their world is called a Zect, where Anos says, "Okay, I won't use any kind of magic that I've used thus far," but he says, "I will still beat you without having to use any kind of magic." Then it gets revealed that, oh yeah, he's basically beating him just through the beating of his heart, which is called compulsion magic. And then like CW says, he brings it back over and over and over again to the point where it says, "Okay, I surrender."
And it's crazy because you see this, you're like, oh my God, he's ruthless. He's ruthless. But later on in the episode, we see that even though he was bringing them back and forth, he brings his big brother like all little brothers should do.
Right.
And his big brother is like, "You put us to shame," and all of this, and he kills him. Right?
And I was like, dude, what the hell?
Like, you just killed your brother, your little brother.
And then he goes, "Any weakling of our family does not need to be here." And then he says, "I will rectify our honor by killing you myself." But then in the midst of the battle, and keep in mind, this is, he is basically in this arena-like area, basically being surrounded, and they all try to charge him with their magic, but it doesn't do squat. And then in the midst of the fight, he brings back the little brother that was killed, has his raging zombie.
Right.
And it keeps saying, "Solidify your bond, apologize to him, apologize, call out his name." And then, but the brother is just so stubborn, he goes, "He's better off dead."
But you see where he actually, all of this didn't really matter. He makes the Demon King Anos, he makes him remember that he loved his brother and forget the honor part and that you're a pure blood and all of this other stuff. And that's what breaks him from being a zombie, and they go back home. As much as a monster as people are portraying the Demon King to be, he's actually a very benevolent person.
Definitely do like seeing the teacher get put in her place by like Anos repeatedly. Like on the first day of lessons, she calls him out for wearing like the white uniform, which is not supposed to be worn by those of the lower station. And he basically zecked with her that he'll leave the academy if he can't prove that he's worthy of it. And then he immediately fixes like the magic circle that she had projected onto chalkboard.
And I love this hasn't been fixed for for thousands of years, and he fixes it in a few seconds.
That's mainly knowing the fact that the teacher is just straight up racist towards any hybrids, because and that insult to injury on his white uniform, he has the title of Misfit,
right?
Which makes him the first one in all of history to get that title. And so, in the midst of this, we are then introduced to Misha's quote-unquote twin sister named Sasha, who basically talks down to Misha and calls her, she's basically a doll with no soul. But Anos is not having any of this, and they proceed to have to stare down, where we learn that Sasha is the descendant of the Ibis Necron family, and she has this title called the Witch of Destruction. But then Anos feels that, that power, I also have it as well. So anything you can do, I can do better.
And I want to talk about their relationship with Sasha and with Misha right quick. One of the things that we learned early on is, they're twin sisters or whatever else. But also we learned that there was a secret technique or whatever used to divide them, and it basically Sasha and Misha are really the same people. They're just different. Well, Misha is really a different version of Sasha, and they have a very complicated relationship.
I definitely will say it did surprise me to find out what was actually going on, like basically where Sasha's actual goal was basically to get Misha to reject her, because in order for her to live, she has to basically reject her sister so that her sister will be the one that disappears instead of Misha.
Because the sad fate for Misha is that on the day of their 15th birthday together, she will fade away and she will basically become Sasha. But however, in this miss, Anos says that I'm going to save both of you. You just have to believe that I am the Demon King, Anos Voldigoad. And we get introduced to actually the head of the Necron family, which is the member of the 7 elder demon emperors, which were actually the subordinates of Anos Voldigoad, called Ibis Necron. Their first meeting, when Anos says that I am the reincarnation of the Demon King, Ibis just looks at him like, "Are you really?" The seven emperors are basically the deans of the school.
The same, if you want to call him dean of students or whatever else. He's a subordinate of Anos in the first place. We see him actually get into a battle where the time god literally gives him power to try to beat Anos, because we know, as we said before, Anos has killed gods, he's killed demons, he's killed humans, he's done it all. He's that powerful. But it's not literally to control people, but it's literally there to have a more benevolent world.
I'd say the pacing is pretty good so far.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't hold your hand, but it definitely does give like a broad amount of information, as to not completely overload you, but it gives you like small little breadcrumbs. It's like, it says, is this actually happening, or is this how the history was transcribed over the years? Because remember, as I say, winners always write the history.
Okay, and so we're not going to share any more information about it because we want you to actually go and watch it, right? And Jordan has done an excellent job at giving us a synopsis. Thank you for suggesting this particular anime to you. So Jordan is suggesting this anime to you right now, and CDUBBS and myself. But CDUBBS, if they want to hear more stuff about more anime and more commentary on anime or animated related topics, what do they need to do?
You can follow us by liking and subscribing at winghands.com on Instagram and Facebook.
Remember, y'all, it's free.
It's free, and help us get our views up.